All right. How are we doing, people? Good to have you guys back. What? Wait a second. Ah. All right, there we go. So, what did we do last time? Last time we set up this wave controller script. This is a very basic wave controller. I'm going to go ahead and go through it. I did a tiny bit of editing, such as just adding the spawn delay, public float, instead of statically having them spawn every 0.5 seconds. I'm actually going to change that to 1. I'm going to make it so it's adjustable in the inspector, just so we can space them out pretty well. Also, I'm serializing these fields because I am curious about how these lists are going to be working. We can see the wave number. It's going to probably turn into a public or a variable you can access through other scripts, because we're going to want to display that in the UI. Next up, I think we're going to probably be handling the day-night cycle. Should be pretty simple. It's just basically some downtime. So when we start the game, we're going to start a basically adjustable amount of time, like timer, that will just like have the sun go up, and like you'll see the shadows changing because the day is going quicker, and then it's going to be set to nighttime. And then once it's set to nighttime, we activate the waves. We go through 5 waves, and then the sun will come up and keep going around like that until we reach infinite number of waves. Okay, so where to start? Oops, sorry about that. Don't want to keep hitting the mic because that will make some weird noises. Let's see. Also, sorry about any typing noises you'll hear. The mic is right now standing up right in front of my keyboard and mouse. Eventually, we'll have a little arm that will keep it a little bit away from actually receiving the vibrations. But unfortunately, that's how we have it right now. But yeah, let's see. So we have our handle waves function. This is being called on every update. So if wave is not spawned and wave is not spawning and next wave is ready, then we're going to start this coroutine. So basically, probably going to need another state boolean variable. We're going to do private bool is night equals false. So we're going to do an if is night. Basically, we're just going to do it like so. And this is actually probably going to be replaced. I'm probably going to actually get access to the time and night cycle. So let's go ahead and start setting that up. So we have our wave controller with our spawn points right here. If we go and see this, see it's at 0, 0. We got spawn points around the block. We'll be adding more of those, probably messing a lot more with the pathfinding stuff shortly, because we're going to need a bigger map than this for sure. But I want to get some of these core gameplay systems set up before we start actually messing around with that. All of these things are going to be eventually turned into prefabs except the map. Maybe some things in the map. Cursor, we're going to remove the sphere so the cursor object doesn't even need to be seen. I don't know why RB is like that, but whatever. We'll have to go through some of this stuff and look at it all. For instance, we have a cursor object tied to that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and in our game controller, we're going to make a new game object, and we're going to call this time controller. Or we'll call this date, because we're not actually affecting the time really. We're just going to call this day-night controller. And, of course, what we're going to do is in here now, because I do not like dragging scripts, visual scripting. Now, go to scripting, mono behavior, and we're going to call this day-night controller. Okay, there's our day-night controller. We're gonna go ahead and add a component. If PC wants to. No, we're gonna go and drag you in here. Oh, probably need to save the scene first, right? Yep. Okay, now we go here, day-night controller. Maybe we need to load this up on the first time. Yeah, that might be it. Reload. Getting some weird funky things happening. Usually. Yep, compiling the scripts now. So, it does seem to be a little bit finicky when you're creating scripts like this. Maybe it's meant to just, you're allowed to create as many scripts and then not compile them every single time. But if you add it to a game object by typing in the name and hitting create new script, it's going to put it in our assets folder, which we'll have to drag, and then it'll cause even more time. So, yeah. I am actually going to be right back. I am drinking some coffee. Might go get some more or something like that. But while this is working, I'll come back and we'll see it. Okay, so, Alright, we are back. Let's get back to it. Alright, so day and night controller. So, for this, I know we're going to need access to our main directional light. And we're going to call this the sun, basically. Because this is what that is. And you can actually set the temperature, as you can see here. So if we get a little warmer, it gets a little brighter. And this is kind of going to be the value that we're manipulating as well. And then the rotation basically is going to depend on the day-night cycle. So we like it a little bit warmer. If we look at this, maybe it's a little bit warmer now in the middle, and we get cooler towards the night. Same with the rotation. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we're basically just gonna need to be changing those values over time. And so what are we going to need in this? So first of all, we are going to need access to our sun. So we're going to do a public game object, sun. Straightforward. We're also going to need a public floating value of, let's say, daytime. And we're going to set that to, right now, 5F, as in 5 minutes. So 5.00. 5 minutes. 5 minutes for daytime. And actually, we'll do that for a minute right now, just for simplicity's sake. So let's write this out, actually. So what we're going to need for day-night controller, variables, access to the sun object, and let's see, and then we also need length of the daytime and minutes, we'll say. Then we also need a Boolean is day. So let's actually set that public, because this is how we're going to interact with other scripts. So the bool is day equals to true automatically. Okay. And so for our methods, functions, basically, we're going to need over the course of daytime, rotate the sun around its axis. We also let's say scale the emission temperature according to the percentage of time has occurred versus remaining time. Okay, so let's see how this is gonna do. We're also gonna need another function. We're gonna need a nighttime switch. Don't do anything and keep it night. listen for wave controller, and when wave controller signals 5 waves are over, switch on daytime. All right, so that is pretty simple. So we need to, first of all, find the rotation for our direction. So we're gonna grab our sun and we're gonna just set the 0, 0, 0. Okay, so 0, 0, 0 is basically sun up. Sun has started going up. So if we grab this and we grab the red, which I believe is the x-axis, so -30 is nighttime. And so when we're switching from night to day, we want to basically start getting to -20, and then eventually we're just going to reach 0, 0. And then over the course of whatever our time is on our day-night controller, we want to basically, the middle is going to be, let's say, so 90 degrees should be straight up, yes. And then 180 degrees is basically sun setting. So we're going to want to go a little bit beyond that. We're probably going to want to go 200, maybe. 210, 205, 24, 23, 24. So basically, we're going to want to go to 210. And that's going to set it to nighttime. And we'll deal with the sky just being black. We're never going to really actually need to. Because if we look at our game right here. Oh, so we might need to increase this to 270. So 270 is going to be it, because that will cause some funky lighting things right there. So 270. Let's see, actually, 230. 270. Yeah, 270. So we're going to go from 0 to 270 over the course of our time. And once we reach 270, then we switch it off. Is day is false, and that might signal our wave controller that it is night. Meaning that we start the waves. And of course we're going to need to set up some lights around our scene eventually to make it less dark for the player. But that's going to be handled a little bit later. Right now we're trying to deal with some of the main things. And of course, some other fancy things we can mess with emissions. Like so. That's in Kelvin, which is funny. But yeah. So then we have our nighttime set, and that's when the zombies are coming. And after round 5, this is going to be set back to, basically, after round 5, this is going to go from 270 to basically maybe 300. And we're going to start seeing some light come in. Then we're going to basically go back to 360. And once it reaches 360, we're just going to basically turn it back to 0. So just basically keeping in. Hopefully going from 360 to 0. So let me try this. So let me copy this, select this, and paste. Okay, so that didn't look like it actually caused any issues. So we'll go back to 0 and then restart the whole thing over and over again. So how do we do that? So we need something to basically go over time scaling. So let's look into basically using some of Unity stuff. So we're just going to basically look into this. So Unity 3D, how to rotate an object over time. Rotate object over time. So I need an object to rotate over time. Here's a code that rotates the object. We don't even need to worry about actually rotating it because we're literally just going to set, we're going to basically lerp or do something over the time. Try out transform.rotate, vector 3 up, rotation speed times time.delta time. Okay, this does not seem to be helping. Rotate object by 90 degrees over time. Over a small amount of time, so it would create a nice rotation effect. For example, if I click on the right side of the screen, the object would rotate negative 90 degrees with a visible rotating effect. Because I simply write transform.rotate negative 90, then it snaps to the new rotation. So transform.rotate vector 3 dot up times the speed variable times time.delta time. Play around with to see what you want. So this is also not seeming to be somewhat over a specific time. How do I rotate an object over a set time? There we go. Been trying to get this to work for the past hour or so, but simply have no idea how to do something like this. I would be doing the exact same thing. Basically, what I am trying to do with when a certain button is pressed on a game object, it's rotated over its y-axis to a 0 degree angle over a set time, let's say 0.5 seconds. I might change that time later on. But it must be able to do so. Do this from any angle that is it currently might be on. Here's a script. Okay, so we got bool, forward, backwards, acceleration speed, deceleration speed, thruster 2. So we don't really need to worry about any of this. You can determine its X, Y, and Z rotation, then you can determine the destination angles for each. Doing some division of each of the angles at a time you wish to have it take will give the number of degrees you need to rotate each second. Using time.delta time, you can determine the time since the last frame as a float in seconds and multiply that times the value determined for rotations per second. So variable total rotation time is 0.5 seconds. Then variable degrees per second is the game object, transform your angle.y, which ours would be x, divided by rotation time, and then rotate that over time.delta time. So, so that makes some more sense. And so now, instead, this can't be minutes and seconds. So if we want 1 minute, we're going to basically need to set this to 60.00. 60 seconds. So update. So if is day, then we're going to, let's see. Rotate basically like so. So if it's day, we have our variable daytime. Then we're going to basically get our variable degrees per we'll do sun degrees per second is equal to, and that is our sun.transform.Euler-angles.x divided by time.delta time. Was that it? Total rotation time. So that's actually divided by daytime. Yeah. Like so. And that will get us our degrees per second. And then we're going to want to actually rotate our object. So we're going to do a sun.rotate. Was it? Transform.rotate. Sun.transform a sun. Let's see. So what are we rotating? I think. So we got a new vector 3, 0 times degrees times per second. Okay. And that's for the y, so we're going to want to do it for x. So rotate new vector 3, and we're going to want a sun degrees per second times time dot delta time, comma 0, comma 0. All right. So if is day, And then we're going to do a if sun dot transform dot rotation dot x is greater than or equal to 270 degrees. Then we are going to basically set is day is equal to false, and that's going to stop our rotation. All right. And then what's going to happen is we're going to need, so this is going to be a fixed update since we're using some physics stuff and time.delta time. So I'm going to do a private void fixed update, right? So, and then we're also going to want a public void. We'll do a start day. So if not is day, just for some error handling, then we're gonna basically want to make sure we're gonna set our sun, or no, we're gonna set, what was it doing? What am I doing? Okay, sun dot transform dot rotation dot x is gonna be equal to 270, like so, and I don't think we can actually set that. Okay, so we're actually gonna have to set it like this. So new vector 3, I'm gonna do 270 0 0. So I have to add these f's. New quaternion, and that needs 0f, like so. I think that should be fine. And then we're gonna do a while loop while sun dot transform dot rotation dot x is less than 360 f. Then we're going to basically do this exact same stuff right here. And this is going, we don't want this to take daytime, so we're going to do another public float. We're going to do a public float time today. We'll do a, not daytime, we'll do a night to daytime. And we're going to just basically set this for, we want this like 10 seconds. We don't want it too big. And so we're going to want a night to daytime here. Then there we go. Maybe that will work. Maybe it won't. We can always hope. And actually, we don't even need to do this. We're going to do a sun dot rotate new vector 3, and this is where we're going to set it to 270f, like so. And then after that is done, then we're going to set is day is equal to true, and that is going to simply start this fixed update over and over again. So what we need is to, in our wave controller, we're going to want a public day-night controller, day-night controller, and in our start, we're actually going to probably want to just get this. So day-night controller is equal to, not a new one, we're going to do a get component in children and parent. No, there's no in siblings, is there? Okay, so we're just gonna basically have to tie this. But so if is night, handle waves, else, we're going to basically do a day-night controller, and we're gonna do dot start day, like so, and that will call this function that will, if it's not day, basically start. So is night is set to false, so we're going to automatically call our day-night controller. If not is day, then okay, how about this? We'll do else if and else if, so if not is night, and basically we're going to do a wave number is greater than 1, because we don't want this to actually be called on the first wave, because it will already be day. So it will already be day, and that will start rotating like so. And then if is day is false, once is day is false, which that is a public boolean, and we're gonna watch for an update. We're gonna do if day night controller dot is day is equal to false. Then we're gonna set is night equal to true. All right. So simply, we're gonna put that above right here. So that's gonna be checking constantly, and else. Okay, so actually, what we could do is instead we're gonna do is night is equal to day night controller dot is day, and we're just gonna have the opposite, like so. So is night is equal to the opposite of is day, and then if we are is night, then we're going to start the wave controllers. If not, and the wave number is greater than 1, then we're going to start the day. Like so. So, how do we signal when is day is going to be turned on? Well, simply, we're going to go in our handle waves, or actually an update. Let's see. So is night is equal to not is day. Now this is where we gotta think of some stuff. Well, first of all, let's see how this works out. So what we're gonna do is, so how this should work right now is, I'm gonna have to go in here and set our sun to 0, 0, 0. Yes, that's good right now. Yep, you're right there. So then over the course of a minute, it should go over all the way down to 270 degrees. And once that starts, we should start getting zombies spawning in. So it'll take a minute to get some zombies spawning in. And then from there, start completing the wave. And we'll never have started the day because we never set is night to true. So basically what we're going to do is once our wave number basically divided by 5 doesn't have a remainder, that's the module operator, we're going to probably set is basically waves over, or we're going to basically call the start day function, which is going to set in here. If not is day, then we're going to start rotating like so. And we probably actually want to call it Well, we actually want to wait till the rotation. And that. So if is night. So that will automatically turn that off, and then that will automatically start the day. And that will constantly be starting the day. So, and we're going to do and is night, basically. No. And not is night. No, and we're going to basically else if... We only want to call this once, so we're going to do another state boolean. Private bool called day equals false. And we're going to basically just do a and not called day. And then we're going to do a called day equals true. Start, and then handle waves. Once it is night, we're going to basically just do called day equals false. Okay. So basically, if it's night, then we call day equals false. Then our wave over, we're checking if our wave's over. Then we handle the waves. Constantly be doing that. But if it is not night, then we check if the wave number is greater than 1, and if we have not already called the day. And then once we are calling the day, we set called day equal to true, so we can't ever access this again. Then we start the day, like so, and that will call this, and it will start rising, like so. So we don't want to is night. We want, and that's going to basically still be night. So is called day. So that will go in an infinite loop, which we don't really quite want to do. And we're going to do maybe not an and called day. Because we have to wait till this is day, and that will keep. Well, that will actually. Let's see, because that will keep handling the waves, and that will set called days with false. But, and that will say, because it's not an is night still won't be this until here, and so called day will be set to, and we're going to do not is night. Well, actually, we can't even do that. Alright, we're going to save this because I currently want to see if this is going to work. So this is automatically not, this is going to be set to false automatically. So we're never going to do any of this. And else if wave number equals 2 is greater than 1, and wave number is not going to be greater than 1 because we haven't completed any wave. So this will never activate anything. And then, so this is basically work for our first wave, and will never work again. But I just want to see if the sun starts rotating. Like, hopefully it will. Okay, sun, are you rotating at all? Oh, you know why? It would help if... what object is not? Wave controller? What object? Day-night controller. This is... okay, so we actually need to, of course, add our component, like so, and then the sun needs to be attached like so. And a wave controller, we got a day-night controller now. Okay. Save that scene. And now we're going to be seeing if this works. Okay. Got no errors. Sun is not rotating. Why are you not rotating? Is day is true. Active position set. Yeah, that should always start. So let's see. fixed update. If is day, then sun not trans. Then we're gonna rotate towards that if. So why are you not rotating? That is what I want to know. Why are you not rotating? So fixed update. If is day. I'm gonna do a debug.log. I should be rotating. Isn't line 38 always 0? Let's see. Oh, yeah, good call, because the x value is still 0, so we're dividing by, we're doing a 0 divided by daytime. Very good call. So degrees per second, basically where I got this from is right here. So it's quite weird. It's using Euler angles. Rotation is in degrees. So, and so let's see what happens if the sun is set to a rotation of 1, like that. I don't know if this will work. And also, by the way, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you around here before. Working on a little isometric game. Right now I'm working on a day-night controller that's going to interact with our wave controller. We set this up yesterday. It's some very basic stuff. But let's see how that works. Yeah, how's it going, dude? Sometimes we'll get a few viewers in here. I usually have 2 consistent guys that like to hang around with us. But this is like the first time I've been streaming this early. But yeah. Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. It can be very rewarding. Okay, that's just still not oh, no, okay. So it is moving like so, but very slowly. So this should be going up. Basically over the way it should be working is over 60 seconds. It should be basically go around in a circle. So, that is going way too slowly for me, of course. Okay, so this is obviously having some problems. So sun degrees per second, and we're getting a... Okay. So don't we want... We don't want this here. Shouldn't we get a maximum amount of degrees? So 360 F divided by the daytime, because there's a maximum of 360 degrees in a day. So we just divide that, and then that's the degrees per seconds, and then that's time, not delta time. That would make more sense to me. Huh. Let's see how this works. Sun, you're not rotating. Okay, so now you're not rotating at all. Why? And it's never debug.logging active, or I should be rotating. Time.delta time could be added to a global variable and then see when that equals 60. What do you mean by that? So time.delta time could be added to a global variable, so we could be added to mean like something like up here. So time.delta time. Because I know the way I understand time.delta time is it's the difference between frames on your computer, like float time passed. Oh, okay, I got you. And then we could basically keep track of that time and rotate it over that, like that time. So time.delta time would be the time passed, and then we have the daytime. So basically in like a while loop. we could do something like that, and then over that, rotate to our desired angle. That sounds like it could work. Wait a second. What's going on now? It's working now. Okay. That was really weird. Maybe I didn't save the script. Okay, so we're at 90, like so. Let's see if we can see anything. So this should take a whole minute to get around. And once we get to 270, it should stop. And then once 270 stops, or once we get to negative 270, or okay, so we are actually. So we want to get to negative 90, basically. Like that. Interesting. So I wonder why that just starts working like that. Okay, so now is greater than or equal to... We're going to basically want to do less than or equal to negative 90 degrees F, because that seems to be going... Instead, it goes by 180 instead of what's it called? Instead of like going all the way around, it's going to get to 180 and start going to a negative value. But yeah, let's see. So now that I know how that works, let's see why the hell this should immediately start rotating again, and it is. Perfect. So if we're in here, we can actually see the light starting to move, shadows moving around. Cool, cool. Rotation is almost at peak day. Peak day, there we go. Everything's nice and bright. Shadows are a little bit, wonky because it's rotating, but it's okay for now. Here we go. All right. Nighttime happening. So we're going down. And this should all be basically done within a minute. So almost nighttime. We would maybe set the emission here to warmer. And now it should have stopped rotating. So that's where is less than or equal to 90. Is days false, and then that should stop rotating. So let's see. Maybe not dot rotation, but dot Euler angle. Dot x is less than or equal to negative 90. And I'm going to actually speed this up just quickly to over just 10 seconds because we want this to, of course, be pretty quick. And I also want to see if I am able to control that variably like so. So over 10 seconds. Let's see how quickly this goes. Okay. Oh, yep. There we go. Going really quickly. And we're got to negative 90. So that should have stopped. So that's constantly rotating around. So I want to basically, I'm going to debug .log the sun .transform .rotation. Can I get a rotation, please? Just want to see when I should basically set this is days false, because this should not be happening. This rotation should not be happening while is day is false, because we want it to be nighttime when our zombie waves start, and that will also be calling our zombie waves to start. Okay, so now we see this. Oh, look at that. So, yep, this is basically, you can see that weird number. Those are all Euler angles, so that's a quaternion, so that's probably why we're not seeing it correctly. So let's see what a Euler angle looks, or our Euler angle looks like. Okay, like that. Yeah. Because I'm still not too great at working with quaternions. So let's see how our Euler angles are working. I think Unity has built-in kind of functionality with working with that. Okay, so we got 90, goes down, 0. Okay, so here we go. So maybe that... So that is really weird. Because if we look at our... Okay, let's look at the rotation right here. This is our transform. This is Euler angles. Because it's X, Y, and Z. Quaternions have an extra number, W. I don't know exactly what that is, but I think it has to do with some type of weird matrix type of stuff. But if we compare this angle to this angle, it actually is different. So, yeah, complex math's always fun. And I even went to school to be able to try to figure this stuff out. So at -90, it's going below 270. Oh no, this is not gonna be too good. So we got a 180 here, and we're going up, and then we go all the way down, and then once we get to 0 at 180, then we get put to 360. So what did we start at? We started at 0, 0. And when did it switch to 180? Switched to 180 right around there. Once we get to 90, maybe? Yeah, once we got to 90, then looks like our actual local local Euler angle. Okay, two things. Try to convert a quaternion to a Euler, or do local Euler angle. Okay, so what you're saying is basically instead of transform Euler angles, I do a local Euler angles right here, like so. Because that would be, let's see, rotation. I think Euler angle doesn't support negative. Okay, so then that would be 270. Because that -90 is also the same as 270 for doing 180 degrees. Degrees relative to the parent's transformation. Well, this is basically the object we're rotating is not a parent. So, what about global? Get local position and global rotation. So rotation. Let's see, quaternion that stores the rotation. Transform, and then Euler angles, rotation as Euler angles, and degrees, which is different than the inspector. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and try out the local Euler angles, because this should basically, once it starts working, it should stop when it's the middle of the night. Basically, the way you can see this is that the sun, so 90 degrees up is midday, like brightest it can be. 270 or -90 would be basically the sun shooting up below us, meaning that there is nothing in the sky, and that would be the moon, and it'd be nighttime. So let's see how this works. Okay. So this is actually not working. Yeah, no, it is. I haven't quite fully comprehended it. So yeah, local's not right. We'll do a Euler angles again. It's always good to that debug.log helps a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so we're rotating our transform.rotate, and once we get to basically, then it's going to be greater than or equal to 270. Then it should stop. And what we are all doing is we're going to set this, when we hit a start day function, we're going to try to rotate, basically. We're going to set the rotation to 270 degrees, like so. And then we're going to, while our transform is not equal to 360, then that rotate some degrees per second, basically to the sun, and then is day is true, I believe. And then we're going to set the sun dot. Could you test if it's like quaternion dot up? I believe it's just like using vector 3 dot up. But also, I think like quaternion dot up and vector 3 dot up, I think it's just pointing all the variables in the positive direction. But I will try that shortly. Let me just fix this real quick because I know I want this to be 0, 0, 0. Because we at the start of day we want that, and then we set is day true, and that's gonna go with that. But that's even a function I don't even need to really be worrying about right now. So I'm gonna try this real quick, greater than or equal to 270, because I did notice that in the debug.log that once it did get up to 270. So let's see how this works. Okay, so there we go. We're rotating around like so. And just stop. Okay, there we go. It did stop, but it stopped at the wrong time. So let's see a debug.log transform sun dot transform dot Euler angles dot x. We're gonna do a just gonna add sun x angle. Let's just make it a little bit more readable. So that did stop though. That did stop, and we're just trying to make things work. So rotate quaternion. Do you test if it's like quaternion up? Yeah, I'll also give that a test, but if this is gonna work, then I might not get to it. Let's just see the angle. Okay. Like so. And then it gets to basically that. Because it basically goes from 0 to 360 once, which is really weird, you know? Because the way I am understanding this is, yeah, honestly, because this is honestly shouldn't even be too complex. I'm just trying to literally rotate something around, like 360 degrees, basically. So it's always fun. But let's go all the way up like so, because the way I saw it is I can rotate it, and we could go, okay, 90, 180 is that over there, and then 270 is nighttime, like so. So if I, so there we go, 270, like that. But it does seem to be that 180 like so would actually be negative 180 in the once we're rotating it using the rotate function, and that's actually going to be 0, which in the editor is right there, but is actually going to cross that threshold. So maybe like one whole rotation. Oh my god, this is starting to give me a headache. All right, let's see what the internet has to say about this. So I'm just gonna do rotate. How to rotate a sun object over a specific time to 270 degrees. Here's what the internet has to say. So rotation speed, float rotation, amount, rotate, vector 3 up, rotation amount, space dot world. Okay, but I want it to stop. Target rotation 270. That's degrees per second. And I want to have a specified time, so that's not going to help. New trick is just specify the final angle and use one of the control area, rotate towards to or lerp / slurp, which is Homer 3 suggests. Rotate towards is the simplest. You give the actual amount of degrees to rotate this frame. Yeah, it probably would be using lerp or rotate towards is probably a little bit easier instead of just using this rotate. But we also do have this sun degrees per second right here, which also means that we have a speed at which to rotate at. So instead, let's do a rotate towards, right? Is this? No, it's not. Let's see. Turn your, okay, we're gonna delete this line. We're gonna do a sun dot rotate towards, or no, is it transform dot rotate around. Now let's try transform dot rotation dot rotate towards. Now sun dot, okay, unity 3D rotate towards vector 3. Okay, so I need to transform target direction, vector 3 dot rotate towards. So we're gonna do rotation equals vector 3 dot rotate towards, and then we're going to do vector 3 current, which is sun dot transform dot rotation, and then we're going to do target rotation. We're just going to do 270 f, like so, and then max radians per second, and that's going to be time. Goal time divided by time passed should work with lerp. Okay. I don't foresee this working, so transform. Let's see. What's this API? New direction, debug draw array, transform, look rotation, new direction. Okay. Target direction, transform. Jesus Christ, dude, this is... Oh my god. Okay. We're gonna try lerping this. Okay, so you said goal time divided by time passed should work with lerp. So let's have a time passed. So private we'll do a private time passed is equal to time dot delta time. Private float. Like so. So if is day and time passed is less than daytime. Okay. And then we got sun degrees per second. Now let's see. So we got a slurping function. So we want a lerping function. Row unity 3D rotating with lerp. You'll add it in update? Okay. Yeah. that would make sense because time passed is, yeah, so time passed equals plus equals time dot delta time. Because that will be, yeah, that makes sense. So time passed, we're going to set this equal to 0. And if time passed is less than the daytime, then we start rotating our object. So I don't know if I'm going to still need this. I'm going to keep that right there. Let's see. We want to lerp this. How to lerp an object's rotation. I want to rotate a cube smoothly with the lerp function from its current location value, which would be just that. How would I approach this in C#? So lerp angle, current angle, your angle is current angle. Okay. Target angle equals so. And then current angle equals transform.euler angles. And then current angle equals new vector 3, and then you lerp like that. Or you could do a transform.rotation quaternion lerp, transform.rotation new quaternion Euler, rotation x 345, transform rotation times c. That's time dot delta time times speed. Cool. New vector 3 lerp current angle, goal time divided by time passed 0, 0. Okay. So basically what you're saying is we're going to set the transform dot, not the this actual rotation. Let's see. This is also saying, yeah, transform. So sun dot transform dot rotation is equal to new. And this would be a quaternion, right? Yeah, quaternion dot lerp, and then we're gonna hit a sun dot transform dot rotation, comma, a new quaternion dot Euler, like so. Transform to x, rotation to x. So this is going to be just a 0f. Target. Do a night target rotation. We're gonna do a 2 night actually. 2 night, and we're gonna put this up here. Just for namesake. Private float 2 night target rotation is equal to 270 degrees f, like so, and then 0f. And then we give it the speed, which you're saying the speed would be basically you say is time goal time over time passed. So we'll do basically set that right here. Do daytime divided by time passed. And we'll do sun. So that's a comma. And we have something wrong here. Euler does not exist in type. New quaternion dot Euler angle. No. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna copy this. Control X. So we don't want in an amount of time and not speed. We do division. Yeah. Okay. Oh, dude, this is starting to hurt my head. Jesus Christ. All right, quaternion dot Euler. Can we do a Euler? Can you give me some hints? Oh my gosh. Because this is saying doing this, and I don't think this works anymore. That's, oh yeah, because that's from 2014. Here's the scripting API. Time count times speed. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, so lerping this. Quaternion B, so we need another Quaternion. So we need a target Quaternion right here, which I feel like this should be really simple since we're literally just trying to rotate in a fucking circle over a specific amount of time. So we're gonna look this back up. Unity 3D rotating an object around in a circle on one axis over a specific amount of time, knowing the target Euler angle, the amount of time being passed, and the target amount of time. Could just go starring Euler and a bounded Quaternion. See, I'll be honest, I actually don't even know what that means. Like, I haven't messed around with rotations quite yet as heavily as this. So could go starring or staring Euler, and I think that's starring Euler and a bounded Quaternion. Yeah, I don't think I'm not quite following you there. Time to rotate by. All right, come on, Google. Let's see. Transform.rotate. So we got target Euler angle, a rotation duration, and a rotation axis. So sun.transform Euler angle equals new. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, let's try. All right, I'll give that a shot. So sun.transform.Euler angles, or Euler angles is equal to new vector 3. And then that's going to be could go straight Euler. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's how I would probably want to specify it, because I haven't even looked into Quaternions yet, and eventually I will, but I feel like when I look into Quaternions, it should be trying to deal with some more complex rotations than, rotating a sun around in a circle, which is kind of nuts. So we'll give this a shot. So this has got to be probably a let's see, vectors. Can you vector 3 lerp? Lerp? Yeah, can. And we're going to do the okay, and then we're going to, we have vectors A3 actually in a float T over time. Okay. So let's see. So this will be the sun.transform.Euler angle. And then B is going to be a new vector 3, because this is the target, right? So this will be 270 F00. And then finally, T, this is going to be, let's see, daytime over time passed, because that's over. And does that need to be multiplied by time.delta time? I feel like that. Euler angle.x. Okay. So we'll need to make a new vector 3. And we'll set this like so, because then that will rotate like that. Time passed. Well, this is this. No need to multiply. All right, sweet. Okay, new vector 3 does not contain constructor that takes one argument. Yeah. So then 0, 0. And the new vector 3. All right, double above in the timer. Gotcha. Oh yeah, I could do the sun degrees per angle. Right here. Sun degrees per second. That's not working. We can't. There's no constructor, but can we actually just remove that? Like so. Yeah, I didn't even know. I thought lerping was specifically for quaternions and rotations, but I guess if you have a UR angle. All right, so there's that. So once the UR angle, so once that is rotated, I was just thinking lerp the x value. Oh, okay, I get you. I got you what you were where you're at. Okay, so if is day and time has passed, and else we're gonna set is day is equal to false, like so. All right. So if it is day, so we got time passed equals time plus equals time dot delta time. So we have basically this loop, which is if it is day and time passed is less than daytime, then our sun degrees per second equals daytime. Actually, we probably don't even need this. Or time passed is, yeah, actually we might need that. And I can always add like 1 onto that or something. Like instead like of having 60, we could have 61 or 60 point something, if that does not work out. And rotates us all the way to that. So time passed. So this is actually going to, this is probably going to speed up over time, because if we think about this, the daytime is remaining the same, but time passed is making a smaller, so it might go slower. But you know what? Fuck it. Let's try it. Be passed in value. Okay. 2 night is assignment never. Okay, that's okay for me right now. Play. 5 seconds per time passed. Okay. Let's see. Whoa. So that went really quickly. Yeah, so that is actually getting teleported immediately. So this, yeah, this does not seem to be working correctly. So lerping, float t, interpolated value equals to a plus b minus a times t. Linearly interpolates between 2 points. So this needs to be the speed that we want. So you want time. Okay. So yeah, this is an angle. So how do we get the correct speed according to this daytime, which lerp doesn't have speed. Yeah, no, you true. You want time. So maybe thought it was gonna be the goal time divided by time passed. Let's see time passed. Let's just do that, and let's do lerp 3 values is from 0 to 1. Lerp 3 value is from 0 to 1. Okay. So over a second. So let's see. What happens if we just put 1 in there? Because we do want this to reach our target angle. I really thought this was going to be... This is the thing I thought would take the least amount of time today. But don't you just love it when that happens? So that still gets set immediately. So let's try 0.5. Zero point 0.4f. Just some random value. I want to see if this is actually correctly setting the angle. See if this is gonna actually move. Okay, we got some things going. Yeah. And he stopped. You stopped, dude. And okay, so that means that this time passed 0 time.delta time. Interval in seconds from the last frame to the current one. So that was not 60 seconds. Very strange. Very, very strange. Let's see what else we got in time. Capture delta time equals fixed time. Fixed delta time. Intervals of in-game time in which physics and others... Time.time. Time at the beginning of the current frame in seconds since the start of the application. No, we don't want that. Delta time. That would make sense. It's delta time. This, like, time passed should be the difference between that, and it's just going to slowly increase. Strange. Oh, good God. Good God Almighty. It's a multiply, you say? Time passed plus equals time not. But if we multiply time passed, that would still give us 0 because it's set here. So degrees per second is less than, well, time passed is less than daytime. Jesus, this is kind of nuts if I don't say so myself. Okay. Okay. We're going back to some documentation. So, this is saying rotation duration times time.delta time. Vector 3.up for y-axis. We could always go around the y-axis. Right now it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna try this bad boy out. Or maybe, how do I rotate around axis? We're gonna look at a few of these things. Got transform.rotate around. In your case, there would be center of the platform axis and the z axis and angle in the way the opposites. When currency is greater than direction equals -2, else if currency is greater than. Holy shit. Time passed over goal time. Oh, wait. That would make sense. Because we want this. We, of course, want sun degrees per second. That would make sense. But, now the question, 1 second over 60, yeah, because that would make it way too large. And then, as time passed increases, hopefully, Well, that will be speeding up constantly. Because we want it per second. And then maybe we try... Oh, accidentally turned on insert mode. But the also other question is, why did that happen so quickly? Why did time passed happen that quickly? So let's see. I'm going to actually debug.log. Lerp is not speed, but a position. Yeah. But, okay. Oh, okay. Got you. So this is not gonna... So what you're saying is, since it's not speed, this is just editing for this position, so it, like, constantly is correct. Yeah. I kind of get it. I know I'm not expressing it, but it kind of makes sense in my head. All right, let's see here, because I want to see what this time passed and why it's going up so quickly, because that should not be doing so. Okay, yes, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now it's spawning 12. So it did get down to 90 degrees, but it got down there way too quickly. Or wait, no, it didn't. I'm an idiot. I set it to 10. Oh my god. I set it to 10. That's working. Oh, you're a lifesaver, dude. Thank you. All right, cool. So now we need to basically do something similar as this. Okay, well, actually, what I want to do here is wave controller. Wave number is, so if not is night. We want to now see how this start date. Wait, no, not current sun rotation, start sun time rotation. Where are you seeing that? Like, not current sun rotation, but start time sun rotation. Okay. Not quite getting it. But here, let's see to make sure this actually works for 60 seconds. Because this should now take about that amount of time. Because 10 seconds was just for testing. Oh yeah, we're going still really quickly. Are we? No. Go up to 90. Okay. This is very interesting. Not current sun rotation, but start sun rotation. Oh, right here. Not the current one, but the starting one. So this is actually going to be 0 then, is what you're saying. Because that starts at 0. It starts at 0, 0, 0. And then we're setting it to 270. Okay. I see what you mean. Because that will weirdly... I could definitely see how that might be a problem. Okay, awesome. So we're starting at 0, 0, 0, and we're trying to get to 270. So now this should take over 60 seconds. So we start, and sun is rising. Yeah, now it is linear, not exponential. You were right. Not constantly just changing. So we can see this, and it's going up. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh. Gotta love seeing this work. All right. Over 1 whole minute. So we're halfway there. See. Yep, that makes about sense because 270 is about 135. So sweet. This is working. So next up, what we should see happen. Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. I would probably not have arrived to that conclusion without you. So You are a lifesaver. So once we see that we get to -90, what we're gonna do is, yep, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, I need to stop doing debugging.log time pass because that's flooding my console. So from there, now since this day is false, once we pass that amount of time and we get to the right angle, we're gonna initialize our wave controller. So is night is equal to not day night controller is day. And this is our wave controller. This is gonna spawn some zombies. Yeah, it does take a little bit. I'm constantly learning as well. So a little bit about this channel is I have the lab and the lounge. The lab is me doing game dev or looking into other technologies. Like I know next week we're probably going to dive into Rust, maybe for some microcontroller programming and such. But also do more game dev because this is the main passion of mine that I wanted to set up the channel. We also do the lounge, which that's me playing games with some buddies, but that's usually later in the night. So you can expect a lot of game dev, some other looking into other technologies. But I am also I would consider myself a junior level developer. So we're learning along the way. So hopefully we can learn stuff together. That's kind of the goal of the lab. So we're going into this wave controller. So we're setting is night is not equal to the day night controller is day. So once that is, we're handling the waves. And next to do set new active positions if the wave is over. That is actually going to be handled. So we're clearing enemies correctly. We get next wave ready because we wait 10 seconds for that. So we want to wait some time for the next wave to come. Setting your active positions, clearing the current enemies, and next wave ready is true. Start this wave, and now what we want to do is basically see if this wave number is at 5. Then we want to hit our start day, and we're gonna have to modify the start day to basically be like so. Time passed is always going to be time.delta time, and when we hit start day, we're going to basically set time passed to 0, and that's going to restart it, and then we're going to even reset that. So okay, I can't see how this is going to work now. So we're going to hit start day. So if not is day, while we'll do while time passed is less than night to day time. All right, so what we're gonna do here is set time passed equal to 0, and we're gonna need n as while time passed plus equals time dot delta time, and then from here we want to basically do the same exact thing. Pass, but instead our starting position is going to be 270F, and we want this to go to 0, basically, or 360. Or we'll do 360F just for simplicity's sakes, and this is going to be night to daytime now, because we want this to go a lot quicker. And then from there, we're going to set sun.transform.Euler angles equal to a new vector 3, and that's just, I'm just going to do a, actually, I don't need to do this. I just need to do vector 3.0. Actually, I'm going to replace that as well up here. So we're going to do vector 3.0. And that won't actually affect anything. And then we're going to set time passed equals 0, and isDay is true. And then that means that's going to be set. So our time passed is going to start, and we're going to start this up and go from there. Okay, that makes sense in my brain. Don't know how well it's actually going to work. Actually, I don't even think we need to set time passed right here because it is technically always being calculated and being stored in fixed update. So actually what we're going to want to do probably is only time passed in here as well. Because if not, that value can get really large if we're playing for a while, and let's say the player goes AFK and this is constantly increasing time pass. That value can get too large that it might break the game. Like if they pause for like an hour, that could be a very large number, and that's just a little bit of error handling. Let's make sure that works though. That just makes sense in my head to do. Okay. So sun's increasing, so over 1 second. Bang, bang. Oh, okay. So that will take 60 seconds. One thing I'm thinking is that in this wave controller, we have this handle waves. If our wave is over, we have this get wave ready. In this get wave ready function, what we can actually do is start our day. And if we start our day, then probably actually don't even need any of this right here. So I'm going to remove this. We don't need another Boolean state value. Start day. Okay. Get wave ready. And we're going to actually do a day night controller dot start. So if wave number modulo 5 is equal to 0, basically if it's divisible by 5, then we're going to time controller, it's day night controller dot start day. And then that's gonna have set, and then our next update before anything is called, is night's gonna be stopped. So we're gonna stop that like so, and then it's gonna happen. This is gonna occur. All this is gonna occur. And yeah, sweet. Okay, I forgot to mention that. I don't even remember what I was talking about. So let's see if this works. So we're basically gonna just need to go playtest, go through 5 waves, and start the day. And I'm also thinking time pass being massive. Yeah, that'll definitely do some funky things. So definitely got happy I recognized that earlier rather than later. Because imagine if we got into like the brunt of the game and some old code like that just popped out of nowhere. Spent like a day trying to find the error. Ugh. That's where some forethought can always be very valuable when working with this stuff. Okay, so what we're going to see is the day is occurring like so. All right, over 60 seconds. Rotation is starting, and we're just going to watch that. So right now, we can imagine the player is getting ready for... He knows the zombie's coming. He's getting ready. In the future, we're going to have placeable objects, obstacles, maybe some like helpful defensive stuff. Basically, this is the goal that right now it's just a cube, but this is a goal that the zombies are trying to basically come and destroy. It has its own health. If we go to Waffle Machine here, it has its own health right here. So we're trying to basically stop the zombies from getting there. If the zombies, if we get in the range of a zombie, they'll aggro onto us because they're stupid. But in the future, we'll add more zombie variants where they may only go for that. All right, so let's see the sun. He is at -90. So we start spawning these enemies. 3 wave handled. If we hover over wave controller, we're on wave number 1. Okay, cool. So let's see. These guys are coming this way. Ooh, I actually have to like win, you know. Okay, wave finished. Now it takes 10 seconds for the next wave to start. So let's see. Yep, spawning enemies over a second. And yeah, these guys are still here. I'm thinking during the daytime, we're actually going to have like a function that clears the bodies. So yeah, because I was having some weird errors occur yesterday because I'm using enumerators for holding on to times and such. And okay, ooh. Okay, so I need to, there's some other animator stuff, like they have to finish attacks before like moving and such, so maybe I shouldn't lock down that like so, but okay, so wave number 3. I mean, I can always go in here because I'm kind of realizing that apparently this game is a little hard right now because I am already at half health, and these guys are fucking me up. It has to do with when they're attacking like that, they're not gonna die right away. So wave finished. We're at wave 4. Okay, that's good. Let's see where they're coming from now. So zombies are spawning. There they are, coming that way. So we know they're coming this way. Got a lot of dead zombies here. Okay. Oh, shit. Alright. Luckily, we are in the inspector, so I can always just give myself more health. Yeah, we're gonna give myself some more health. Damage roll. Dead. Not 110. Dead. There we go. Back up to 10 health. Oh, he's going for the waffle machine, right? Yeah, there he is. Like so. Okay, slap him. Dead. Wave finished. Alright, so we go back to wave controller. Wave number 5. So, these zombies should spawn. Active position set. Oh, okay, so once we got to wave 5, then we're hitting start day. And now we are in the middle of a day. So this is where we would stop and be like, okay, wave 5, we're good. Sweet. And one thing I will say is, where am I increasing this wave numbers? Wave number ++. So actually, instead of right here, because we want to be on round 5 and after round 5, is when it's gonna basically check. So then we'll increase the wave number after, so we'll be on round 6 after day. So right now, technically, we're still on wave 4. Yeah, it's working. I love seeing this. This is my favorite part about game dev, is that you get to visually like kind of see it all working. Like normal coding, like some of it, yeah, UI and stuff, get to see it working, but with games, like you can really see it coming together. Okay, I will say I'm on a somewhat slower machine. We're holding on. Holding on, don't worry, I'm holding on. Might be because I'm also running the game actively. Like that. Yeah, so that could have caused some problems. Alright, cool. We have a working day-night system with a wave controller where we have downtime in between waves. I love to see it. Love to see it. Alright. So, let's now go to the UI. We have health, pause menu, desk screen. We're going to want a, let's see. I'm going to UI Text Mesh Pro. Right? And we're going to call this wave counter. We're going to go here. And that's actually the wrong way. Let's go back here. zoom on in here. And now we're going to come out like this. And now let's go look at the wave counter. So, if you haven't worked with UI, I'm sure you have, but this is my least favorite part of game dev. But we're going to go ahead and go up here. Like so. And I did import a custom font. So we're going to go ahead and put that bad boy like so. And we're going to do a wave number like so. Bam. Okay. And for now, we're just going to do N like that. So that's the default number. So what can we do here? Can't seem to add any components. Can I? Okay. Actually, what we're going to do is create empty, and we're going to call this wave counter. And this is going to be wave counter text, and that's going to be a child. Okay. Like so. And basically, add component, wave counter, new script. Actually, I don't want to make that in there because that is always annoying when I have to drag it into the new scripts place. Yeah, UI, that's the least fun stuff. Some people enjoy it, but I mean, I do like after the fact, like especially when it's simple UI, nothing like crazy. I'm gonna call this wave counter for now. Okay, and let's load this one up. So we have to probably recompile some stuff. Yeah, reloading domain. So basically, on start, what we're gonna need access to is we're gonna need access to the wave controller, because that has our number. So we're gonna do a public wave controller. We're gonna do wave controller like so. And I'm also, people enjoy it. Yeah, believe it or not, actually. So my game dev journey kind of started when I was at college. I took a graduate level computer game development course, which was very interesting. We had to build teams for it, and we actually had a guy who was like, I like doing the UI, like I like making all that stuff. And he did the UI and sound while me and another guy, we did kind of gameplay and such. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Let me just text her. Okay. Ooh, wow. Got him some text while I'm doing this. I had my phone down. I'm having too much fun doing this. But yeah, so we got access to our wave controller. So on start, we're just going to do a, well, you know what? For now, for simplicity's sake, we're going to basically drag our wave controller object in here. We can assign it however we want. You had a group and no one wanted to do UI. I got lucky with a guy being really willing to work on the UI and such, because it was something I wasn't too particularly fond of working with. But right now, just doing some very basic AI, UI. Like, we're not doing anything special, like no special buttons, no special assets. Like, I am literally, the only like special asset I made is from this, and this is actually from a previous project that I had worked on. Delegates, if you haven't. Is that something of Unity? Let's look that up. Unity delegates. How to create. Okay, how to create and use delegates to provide complex and dynamic functionality to your scripts. Delegate, void, my delegate, int num. Print num 50, double num 50. Okay, this does look very interesting. Delegates documentation. I like reading documentation versus anything like not that. Event system, event trigger delegates. Oh, so is this like kind of like a trigger, like a Unity action or something? Because that's what I've been using for some things. For instance, if you know the event evoker system, it's like that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've been using Unity actions. For instance, if I, let's see, if I had a player controller, I have a Unity action on death, and this is actually what's telling the death screen to pop up. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I will definitely eventually have to look into that. I mean, I'm kind of taking it a one day at a time, and once it gets to the delegate portion, I'll probably have to really dive into that documentation. I will read it out loud, probably on stream, and probably not understand any of it, but hopefully we can make sense of it together. Especially when we're diving deep into the documentation, because I will read everything, because I want to try to piece together everything and how everything works. Okay, so Wave Controller UI, this is going to be very simple. So start, we don't even need a start. We just need an update. So wave counter. Let's see. On update, we're going to basically have, okay, public text mesh pro, and we're going to do a text like so. And that's on start, actually, we're just going to like so, and then not wave controller, get component wave controller, but text equals get component text mesh pro, and that will be get component in children. Yeah, a few videos can help out a lot. Yeah, I have shied away from watching videos on stream because, I don't know, I haven't really looked into like YouTube copyright and stuff. I think I'm allowed to as long as I'm commentating over it and whatnot, but yeah. We'll probably be watching some of those videos on stream and trying to figure it out. I like diving into documentation because you really, like, they have, like, in the documentation in Unity's, it's very helpful. Like, I had to dive into the nav mesh system, and it really helped out a lot. I understood how, like, everything was going. Like, for instance, I've implemented the A-star pathfinding algorithm before, and I was very happy to see that I didn't have to implement it again, especially with, like, how the grid's set up. Definitely have to look into more nav meshes, though, because as you can see, the blue radius on the map, you kind of see it as a basic outline right here. It's not the whole map. And eventually, like, because the way it's happening is we're setting the destination basically to the player when the zombies are attacking, and then they'll stop blocking once they're in an attack radius. Yeah, the yummy nav mesh. And I know I can make multiple nav meshes, which I'm going to have to probably connect those up together, because that's not going to also be the size of the map. Eventually, this is just the test map. This is literally the sample scene. I haven't even gotten to the actual, like, level yet. And eventually, I know I want to have multiple levels. Something like you can progress to get, like, maybe a nicer diner or whatnot, or a nicer, like, base area. Or, like, have different, like, areas that you can play in. But the base one, I definitely want to be the most fun one, because this game's going to kind of be like, it's like, the way I like to think about it is like a mix of a tower defense, kind of survival, wacky arcade game and Call of Duty zombies. So it's kind of what we're kind of building it towards. It has its own little unique style, which I will reveal over time while we're working on it. And I'm sure you can gather together a little bits and pieces there already. So let's go back to UI, text, simply that, wave mesh controller, update, text is going to be equal to basically literally wave number, space, plus, let's do wave controller dot, wave controller dot, what did I call it? Num waves, wave number, wave, oh, don't have access to it, so probably gonna do this. I actually don't want anything modifying this. We want to we're gonna make public, int wave number, and this is gonna get a get return wave number, because I don't want anybody being able to set this outside the script right now. So, okay, wave number, dot toString. Okay, cool. So that should be fine. Very basic. Didn't have to do really much. I'm sure there's even a way to tie it to like actually an integer value in a script. And let me add component and not wave UI counter. And wave controller is going to be bam and bam. Oh, we don't even need to set that because I get set. All right, cool. So let's see. If we hit play. Wave number equals in. Cool. That's definitely not working quite yet. Should be updating our text, right? Why can't we? Huh. Text Mesh Pro Text UI. That should be getting this component, right? Object missing. Okay. So text Mesh Pro. Let's see, we got text mesh pro UGUI. No, what? Text, maybe? Text. Text.text. I don't know. Let's see. Unity 3D manipulating text mesh pro text and script. Let's see. Changing text mesh pro text from UI. Text mesh pro get component. 9% coding is just Googling. Yeah, absolutely. I try to stay away from using AI as much as possible. Sometimes you might see me do that because I'm just going to use that as Google as well if it really needs to comes down to it. But I like reading all everybody trial and error stuff. What the hell's going on here? Two TM components do both derive TMP text. For component signed is the old text mesh pro text mesh, which uses mesh render. Type is the UI.text design that works with canvas render and the canvas system. The fuck you mean? I thought this is how that worked. I thought I was literally using that. Okay. What we're gonna do is I have a old project that might have something pointing us to yeah, I feel like I did it right too, and I feel like that should be working, but it's saying that text mesh maybe. Okay, here we're gonna try instead. We're gonna do a text mesh because text mesh pro doesn't seem to be working. Because look, object was never set to an instance. If we, what's it called? Because look at here. So this is text mesh pro text UI. So that's, what's the actual component called? Maybe it is text. Let's see, because if I can drag that in there, then that means it's working. Nope, can't. Let's see. There's no text elements. Yeah, what is that component called? That is the question right there. Text Mesh Pro GUI? Sure you are, John. You got me back on track. Maybe this TM Pro.TextMesh Pro GUI. Yeah, Yeah, because I'm using Unity 6 for this project because that came out like right as I was about to like start that back up. Yeah, I think so. So we're gonna try basically this. UI.text. Okay. Maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. Yeah, it might be the GUI. So let's see if that works. No. No, it is not. Unity 6 text mesh pro. Broke. That's not good. Here we go. But it made me want to... I don't think you gave it a text object yet in Unity. Well, it shouldn't actually need to because I'm getting... Oh, wait. That's why. Because it's in children. Holy shit. Yeah. No. Good call. Good call. Because it should be getting it programmatically, but it was actually in a child object and did not seem to actually account for that. So let's try that once again. And if this doesn't work, then... Because that was a little scary. I just looked up Text Mesh Pro... And lo and behold, we see that it might be broken. Oh, there we go. Wave number 1. Perfect. See if this updates. Like so. So, where are you guys coming from? Oh, wait. It's still daytime. And such. Alright, nighttime is setting. Should see, so our active positions were set right away. Should see some zombies start popping up very shortly. See sun degree getting there very slowly. You can even see it like getting darker and darker and darker. And there we go. Zombies are spawning. Now, where are you guys at? Because I like to just go and run and not have to wait too long. Okay. So, for instance, I do need to, like, update the nav mesh because I can't even go on this road because this will break them. Like that. But yeah, you guys get slapped. Whoa. Come on now. All right. Wave finished. Wave number 1, and we should see that update pretty shortly. Yeah, there we go. Wave 2. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. Love to see stuff working. Perfect. Okay, so next up, let me go ahead and show you kind of some of the stuff, how I'm handling stuff. Pull this on over. Yeah, so wave number, check. Basic wave number is check. And time system, downtime, daytime, done. Waves, we don't need to use URP. 5 waves for downtime. Bam, wave system done. Oh, love to see it. Love to see that. Yeah, planned. Exactly. I have a very detailed game design document, as you can see right here. But we're not going to reveal too much right now. Yeah, no, we're fully going. This is gonna be my first actual commercial project. I have like made several games in the past, like little basic things, like basic concepts. Um, and I also will say, I'm probably gonna hop off in a little bit. I'll be back maybe 30-ish minutes and then stream for like 1 more hour. I am leaving today. I usually stream every day, but for the next 3 weekends, I'll be leaving around 3 on Friday. I'm coming back Sunday, probably during the day. If you're enjoying the content, I greatly appreciate subscribe. Usually we'll have like some guys in here as well that are helping out. For instance, I think Chronix and This Is It, they've been hopping in the YouTube chat, so we're trying to build a little community of like coders and all that, and just people we'd also want to play video games with. In the description of this, there is a Discord, so feel free to check that out if you want to. But yeah, I am very happy to say that we got a wave system and a time system down. We got currency might be up next. Placeable objects. This is going to be a pretty big one. Snapping to a grid, only placeable in a diner. Obstacles per place, purchasable. We need those snapping to each other as well. A few exceptions for going outside. More weapons. That's where we're going to look into getting some free assets or even making our own assets. Ranged. That's going to be a pretty big hurdle. Shooting a gun in isometric. But luckily, since we're doing 3D, shouldn't be actually too bad to just shoot a bullet straight out. Grenade. Of course, having an arc and maybe having different areas to throw it, like max distance, but also a minimum distance we can throw the grenade. Inventory, we just want 3 basic equip slots, so we're also you can see there's gonna be more weapons, so we're gonna have to make an inventory system for equipping the weapons we want to have equipped and actually storing the weapons in our inventory. A store system where we buy weapons, placeables, and healing objects. So we have a healing object, small, medium, waffle. More enemies, heavy, range, speedy, some other things. So this is our milestone 1 right here. So if it's interesting to you seeing any of this implemented, our target finish date is May 2025. So yeah. All right. I think I'm going to call it there. Might be back on for a small little 30-40 minute stream because I am actually feeling like you can be feeling the flow right now. Pretty happy with how the time system and wave system is turned out. I greatly appreciate your help with the lerping and getting the stun rotated correctly. But yeah. Hope you stick around. We'll probably start streaming back up Sunday night. Probably going to be doing the lounge. Forewarning for the lounge. It can get a little raunchy. My buddies can be a little crazy. So if you're not a fan of some maybe offensive type of humor or like raunchy humor or just some craziness, I would definitely make sure checking out the just joining the lab or whatnot. So here I'll show you the Discord real quick if you want to join the community. Right now we have a few people in here trying to make a good, nice, fun community. So we have our welcome area. You can read some of the rules and such and kind of details what the lab and the lounge are. We got our welcome messages, and this is where you're going to join channels. So you can join the lab or the lounge, or you can join both. The lab is going to be a more little heavily moderated section to where we're going to focus on researching into technologies, game dev, helping each other out, learning with each other, just being supportive. The lounge is where some rambunctious activities can occur. So feel free to join whichever channels you want. Eventually, we're going to set like some game nights up as well as we grow the community. Can even like have some like AMAs or like live game dev sessions with people in the Discord as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream. That was a lot of fun getting everything working out. Wave systems set up. Very basic, of course. And we're going to have to flush that out as we add more things. If there's anything, you have any recommendation for the game, what I should go next, please feel free to let me know. But, yeah, cool, man. Appreciate you hanging around. I will talk to you, hopefully, some other time soon. I also like to end the stream with a little note every lab stream. Be like, just remember, the good is out there. It's just one step away. Take care.